You unlock this door with the key of shenanigans. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of insecurities. A dimension of double standards. A dimension of feelings. You're moving into a land of both hypocrisy and anxiety, of accusations and irrational thought. You just crossed over into the female zone.
I like my men a little pre-seasoned to big girls, okay? And I have a perfect example for why. So I was talking to this guy, and I was giving him, the run-of-the-mill, like, hey, I know we met on the internet, I am a big girl conversation, as we do. We don't want to catfish anybody. That's always a little weird. And his immediate response was like, no, you're so pretty, like, you're not a big girl at all, like, genuinely. So I felt the need to delve further, you know what I mean? I was like, maybe he's not seeing it, I am. Like, let's be real about this. I am, and I need you to know, so that when you meet me, it's not like a, what are we doing here situation, So I, like, further push that, like, I am. And then I sent him, like, some more pictures, and his response to that was like, damn, you are big. Not the line, babe. Not the line. And whenever I was like, okay, too far this way, we went from here to here, he was like, I really don't know what you want from me.
And starting off, I'm going to say this big girl here, she actually has a good sense of humor. I actually think she has a cool attitude. And to be honest with you, when men date big girls out there, they're actually expecting big girls to have good attitudes, or at least halfway decent attitudes. But unfortunately nowadays with social media gassing up all these mids, and in this case gassing up all these rounds, they actually believe that they deserve a high value man. But that to the side, I'm not going to use it to smash her. I like the fact that she can laugh at this situation. But hold up, sister, I gotta ask a question. How is it that you're not sure what you want from this guy? Because at first he says, no, you're not a big girl. And they're like, okay, I got to push more because he's got to see that I am a big girl. And then you kind of like push it up front. So he sees it and he recognizes, he says, oh, damn, you are a big girl. Do you actually think this is the good point to say, oh, wait a minute, gone too far? You went to the extremes too quickly. No, you push it to the extremes quickly. This is weird. I'm glad that you can laugh at this, but at the same time, if you want a guy to recognize that you're big and you push it that hard, you can't say, okay, hold up, there's a line I drew in the sand right here. You passed it. I mean, I'm big, but I'm not big. Nope, don't work that way. All the pounds and the ounces are counted with every stretch of the skin. Before we move on, I want to say thank you, fam, to all of my subscribers for supporting this channel. I truly appreciate all of you who leave comments, who like my videos, and share them on other social media platforms. I truly gotta say thanks, fam. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. And for those of you who haven't subscribed yet, I thank you for tuning in, and I hope you decide to hit that subscribe button. Moving on!
So hear me out. If I move to the RV park in my camper that I pay for, it's gonna cost me $200 a month to live there. It's a $500 a month RV park. My mom lived there for a while when she was waiting on her retirement place in a camper that I bought for her, and then I turned around and I sold it for what I paid for it. So I wasn't out any money or anything like that. So I already know about the place. I already know, a little bit. I've never lived in a camper myself. I've gone camping, and I don't really want to live in a camper, but I also don't want to be broke all the time because I'm Native American. They pay $300 a month towards, my tribe does, towards my living expenses, and I already called them, and they will pay $300 to the RV park. It's more like a reimbursement. They just pay me back, so details. But the point is that it will only cost me $200 to live in a camper. I'll be in a camper, but hey, like the pastor of my church, him and his wife have lived in a camper for at least 2 years that I know that I've went to that church because they're building a home. And so it's not like it's necessarily sad. It's just an opportunity for me to go and sock away money. $1,300 a month in rent, plus my utilities, $1,500 a month, or $200. And I'm making more actually now because I work so much. I'm making more than when I was spending that on rent and everything. So I'll be able to sock away quite a bit of money. And I have a plan. Like, it's fluid, but it's an idea. But socking away money it doesn't matter. If I don't like it, I can just sell the RV and just, do something different. But I really can't see the downside of it besides that you're living in a camper. But I don't even get off work so many days out of the week because I have so many jobs and everything. I don't even really spend that much time at home or just a place to go sleep. So I see why not.
You're still a failure.
All right, starting off, I'm going to say, yeah, this is actually a pretty smart move because most men, after they get divorced and they get destroyed and through the wonders of the circus of family courts, they're forced to live well below the means that they had before while the court obligates them to maintain their ex-wives at the lifestyle they were accustomed to. So if this woman is living like this, and she said she's like over 40, divorced, and moved into an RV that she's only paying $200 for, and apparently her Native American heritage is reimbursing her for that. And if yet on top of that, she says that she's got all these jobs, she's working a lot of jobs, and she's working long hours. If you put two and two together, I would say it's more than likely that she was the breadwinner in her marriage. She was probably married to a guy who probably hardly worked or just didn't work at all. She got divorced and then she got ran through the coals in family court. I mean, this is just pure speculation on this girl's part because I have no evidence to back this up. But what I'm doing is basically seeing a common story amongst men, but this is being applied to a woman now. And she's obviously trying to save as much money as possible while working multiple jobs. You know, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck and it swims like a duck, well, it's family court divorce violations in the legal sense here. Now, don't get this confused. This isn't this gorilla saying that I feel happy that this woman is in this situation. And it also doesn't mean that I feel sorry for her that she's in this situation. This is more of this gorilla showing a video of a situation that is rare, where the tables are turned and it's women who are going through it. All in all, sister, I gotta say, smart move. On the saving money part, I just really want to know how many cats can you fit in that RV before it becomes a problem. Moving on.
All right, check it out. I am now accepting applications for a house husband. I said it. I work like a dog on a rib bone. I am so tired. I can't even stand it right now. I am just working constantly and coming home. Just listen. Working this much and not coming home to someone in gray sweatpants looking like a golden retriever when I come through the door. Listen. So now accepting applications for a house husband. You cook, you clean, you create domestic bliss. I'll pay the bills. Deal?
All right, this golden oldie queen here is accepting application for a house husband, as in you cook, you clean, maintain the house, and she'll pay the bills. You know what? That sounds like a wondrous freaking offer. I'm pretty sure there are going to be plenty of guys out there who are willing to take it, especially guys who are getting out of the slammer. Now, the not so obvious red flags are being thrown up. Number one, I mean, apart from the big splash of ink on her chest, which is throwing a flare up saying daddy issues, that's an obvious one. But here's another obvious one. She says that she's paying all the bills. Okay, what kind of job does she do that pays that much? I'm not saying it's anything nefarious. I'm just saying the important questions out loud. Here's another question. How long is this going to last for? Don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure she actually means it and her emotions are there right now. But women are not built to be providers like men long term. They'll do it for the short term. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. But eventually she'll lose respect for you because if you're just maintaining the home and you're not doing anything, she's not going to respect you and she's going to kick you to the curb until the next bad boy comes around and lays down some master pipe. Good luck, queen. I hope you find what you're looking for. Moving on.
Okay, I really am curious and feel like I need to know if anybody else feels this way. And I am probably specifically talking to my girls on this one, my plus size girls especially, but there is like a compliment that I get mostly from men, I feel like, in dating that rubs me a weird way. And I don't know if it's a just me thing. I think it relates to my experience dating as a plus size woman, existing as a plus size woman, but I'm not sure. And so I'm just so curious if anybody else has similar feelings. But when I am talking to somebody or dating somebody, when I'm interested in somebody and they're interested in me and they call me cute, like they compliment me and say, I think you're so cute. I like you because you're this, this, and that, and you're super cute. It feels weird to me. Like it doesn't feel, like I don't feel complimented. I think maybe it feels a little like, oh, you're so cute. Like maybe not demeaning, but like, why aren't you calling me beautiful? Gorgeous. Like stunning. But seriously, and here's why I think it relates to being plus size. I've been plus size my whole life, especially in high school. I had such a awful relationship with my body. I did not date in high school. Like, I was not asked out. I was not asked to dances. I wasn't hooking up. Like, nothing was happening for me in high school. And because I already had such a challenging relationship with myself and truly hated myself, like, if I'm being really honest, in so many ways, I just internalized all that as I'm not attractive or desirable, and people just don't find me attractive. And I think that made me hypersensitive to like being attractive to other people. And fast forward to now being 32, my relationship with my body is so much different. My relationship with myself is so much different. I see myself so much differently. I know that I'm beautiful. I know that I'm attractive. I know that I'm a desirable, all of those things. And still, it's kind of an ick for me, if I'm honest, if like in a dating scenario, someone calls me cute, especially a man. It causes such a reaction, and it just makes me wonder, do other people feel like this, especially other plus size people? Do you feel similarly, or am I just being weird? Or is there like other words or other like compliments that just like don't land for you? Please share. I'd love to know.
Hold up, wait a second, Queen. You are actually saying that men call you cute, and you kind of find it like not a compliment? Borderline, maybe we can almost say you're saying that you're almost find it insulting that they're not calling you beautiful or gorgeous or something like that? Okay, my question is, have you looked in the mirror? Because damn, I'm looking at you and those words do not come to mind. In fact, I think the word cute is extremely generous. And you're going to blame it on being plus size. Well, guess what? You're blaming it on something that's within your control. You know that there are diets and exercises that you could do that will fix that portion. I mean, don't act like you women don't have the advantage. I mean, not just can you lose the weight, you can pile on 5 pounds of war paint to cover up that mugshot you got there. If anything, I gotta say that this video you're making is kind of the insulting part. And okay, yes, you said that you fast forward to your 32, your relationship with your body is very different, but I gotta say, you are capping when you said, I know that I'm beautiful, I know that I'm attractive. Again, your imagination is not reality. Just because you believe these things does not make it real. Guess what? Men decide if you're beautiful. Men decide if you're attractive, not you. And honey, a Sydney Sweeney, you are not. Because honestly, you're saying that if a man calls you cute, it causes an ick in you, and it's such a reaction. What's the reaction? You scarf down a couple Whoppers with extra large fries? Because it doesn't look like your reaction is doing anything else for you. The questions that people should be asking that land for you is, do you date plus size guys, as in big guys? Something tells me you don't, because that probably gives you the ick too. But trust me, Queen, when men look at you, they don't get the ick. They get far worse than that.
I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.